diamond chains, futuristic goggles, a jersey worth over $1 million? Those are only some of the accessories NFL players wore of every price, all the way down to a $5 accessory that helped Tom Brady get to a Super Bowl. Brady injured his hand so badly at practice that he could potentially miss the biggest game of the year. So, he texted his doctor for a quick solution that would protect his wound while still allowing him to make throws. Then, out of nowhere, Brady came out for his next game wearing this mysterious tape. And somehow, it not only helped him just play in that game, it helped him create one of the biggest comebacks of his career, which got him to another Super Bowl. That only happened because of the special kinesiology tape he wore that provided pain relief, muscle support, and swelling reduction on his thumb. Ironically, it's also the same tape used by many NBA stars, including James Harden, who also wears it to prevent injuries. But anyone can buy an entire roll of that tape on Amazon for just $5, so that's the cheapest accessory in this video. And things are only gonna get crazier as we go. There's a more expensive mouth accessory that 2 other NFL players wore, and the first is something I thought only babies use. Baby pacifiers like that somehow inspired DK Metcalf, a literal grown man, to wear them as mouth guards. Pretty much every single game of his rookie season, he wore a different one in almost every game because he claimed he was just a baby in the league. But $25 customized pacifiers like DK's were not the only mouth guards NFL players wore. There's also ones in silver and gold that have chains covered in stones, which is like what Alexander Madison wore. Not even a surprise since he already wore chains, but his mouth during games had all kinds of people talking about it. Once cameras zoomed in on his version that's blacked with a blinged out chain. And yet, as expensive as it might look, it only cost $40, which is obviously cheaper than the eye accessory other NFL players wore that made them look like demons. Many NFL players wore these, and for obvious reasons. They were already banned by the NFL. But recently Justin Herbert wanted to change his blue eyes from this to this, and wore them anyways. Fans were absolutely terrified that Justin was trying Nike Max Sight contact lenses to protect his eyes from the sun, as well as give him clearer vision. And doing that while looking like a demon obviously got him questioned.
Were you wearing contact lenses out there?
I was. They're like sunglass contacts.
For anybody else?
Probably a few people, yeah.
But alright. Only $50 contact lenses. Enough with the cheap-ass accessories, man. From this point on, the accessories NFL players wore are about to be on a whole other level. And let's turn things up a notch with my boy Justin Jefferson, because not only does man wear some of the dopest accessories of any NFL player, one of his $1,500 accessories came out of a movie. Spy Kids, these futuristic goggles, I'm sure you can add up what those were about to make JJ do, man. He put on matching goggles known as the Oakley over-the-tops, and they were something cameramen couldn't take their lenses off of. JJ's insane-looking accessory during warm-ups of course had him talking about it.
You know, once I put them on and seeing all of the different, people looking at me and seeing the different styles that I had on, it was fire, it was cool. Plus, I was a Spy Kids fan, so seeing them in Spy Kids and wearing them pregame was a cool experience.
As cool as the moments were though, man just looked like a bug to me, so no way I'd pay what he did for those, $1,500. Then there was Jalen Hurts that wore accessories that were so controversial. Michael Jordan had to get involved. I already know Baldy was laughing at how ridiculous the situation was, because after he signed Jalen to become a Jordan brand athlete, Jordan came out for a matchup rocking some Jordan 11s with one that perfectly matched his jersey, and the other in his squad's throwback colors. Now, since they were both technically his team's colors, on top of the official NFL account tweeting about them, you'd think there'd be no issues. Until they randomly deleted the post. Then after the game, they fined Jalen for his light green cleat that wasn't white, black, or the Eagles' main color. Ridiculous, I know, but since Jalen is one of Jordan's biggest NFL partners, and MJ knows a thing or two about banned footwear, the GOAT himself said, "We're paying the fine, you can't ban greatness," and paid the $5,000 fine. But a cheap little 5 bans is the opposite of what happened to Antonio Brown, because what he did with his accessory didn't just become worth triple that, it got him kicked out of the NFL. When his team came up for a game rocking white Nike gloves to match their jerseys, of course so did AB. But even though he used his gloves to help him catch passes earlier in the game, out of nowhere, AB started ripping off his entire uniform and throwing accessories into the crowd, including one of his gloves. Fans crashed out. And doing that on top of leaving mid-game was something people couldn't stop talking about.
We about to play the Jets, and this week I'm really hurt. So I'm taking pictures to the coach, Coach, man, are we gonna win the Super Bowl, man? I think I need to just take these last 2 weeks, at least recover up so I could give you my best when we, to the time that mean the most, so we here to win the Super Bowl. So the coach hey man, we ain't resting. But as a player, if you f***ed up and your team around you supporting you, you might suck it up for the team.
Oh yeah, you gonna suck it up for them.
But regardless of why he said he went crazy, the situation immediately got him kicked off his team and the league, which made his accessory valuable. A fan who caught the glove ended up auctioning it off for some cash, with bids starting at AB's jersey number and price, just $81, and it eventually built up then sold for over $16,000. Now, buying another man's glove for any price is disgusting. But Lamar Jackson's more expensive accessory isn't just covered in diamonds. It made a reporter look like an idiot. Because everyone, including reporters, always saw Lamar wearing his diamond grill, dancing while making plays, celebrating wins, and he had it in almost every time he was on the field. Till one day, his diamonds became something a reporter had to ask something stupid about.
Are they real? That's what she...
Are they real?
They're real.
Oh my, and wait a minute. That reporter is a former player who knows exactly how good NFL money is. That's why people question why he even asked that and kept clowning him for thinking the grills were fake. I mean, there's no way mans didn't see that Lamar got his own GQ video about jewelry where he showed off plenty of real diamonds, including his grills that cost him $30,000. Crazy, but I could see Lamar wearing those. I never, ever thought I'd see Taylor Swift make Travis Kelce's accessory worth even more. Travis was just a rookie wearing his red Chiefs jersey for the first time when he not only made the first catch of his career, fans must have thought the accessory was good luck and wore it again 2 weeks later to get his first touchdown. Now, at the time, nobody would have known how significant that jersey would eventually become, but fast forwarding to almost a decade later when Taylor got with Travis and their relationship became more talked about than his play on the field. That's why the owner of a popular auction picked Kelce's jersey as one of his top 100 items for a special event, where dude even said Kelce's jersey wouldn't have been picked if it weren't for his enhanced fame from his relationship with Taylor. I mean, well, hold on. To me, Travis winning hella Super Bowls and becoming damn near the best tight end ever is why his accessories are worth a lot. But you heard the man, and Kelce's smelly unwashed jersey was eventually auctioned, then bought for over $40,000 cash. Insane. But that's still way cheaper than Jamar Chase's accessory that was inspired by his tattoos, but we have to understand their meanings first.
For me, a call if you're chosen, Last Supper, and then this is my grandmother's birthday. Rise above all madness, see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Red cardinal.
Oh my gosh, how many do you have?
It's my spirit animal. My grandmother, feed the family. This was my slogan, it's not no more. And I got this right here, it's all New Orleans stuff.
And those tats meant so much to Jamar that he didn't just get a chain that says Uno on the links for his nickname and jersey number. The pendant is a giant fleur-de-lis, which represents his home state of Louisiana. The back is engraved with his favorite tattoos. And there's even a QR code, which, let's scan it quick. That's dope. Now, it would definitely not be an accessory in this video if he didn't wear it during a game. So after catching a Hail Mary for a touchdown, his boy put the chain on his neck that cost 150 grand. But speaking of jewelry, two of Odell Beckham Jr.'s accessories aren't just worth over 3 times as much, they helped him set records. The first of the records came after Odell got a shoe designer to spend 100 hours making cleats that had Rams colors over Python skin. They also got Odell's logo on the tongue, and the Nike swoosh is made of over 1,500 diamonds. So, of course he wore them while warming up for the biggest game of his life at the Super Bowl, because Odell had on the most expensive cleats in not just the NFL, but sports history. They cost over $200K. But a record for the most expensive cleats isn't like when he set another record with a more expensive accessory designed like a supercar. Created to look like a crazy McLaren and named after it too, Odell's Richard Mille didn't just also match his other team's colors. Since there were only 500 ever made, Odell decided to wear his rare watch during an actual game. Once the world saw that, sports shows couldn't stop talking about it because Odell became the first player ever to wear a watch while playing. Man's just lucky it didn't break. That watch cost $300,000. But $550,000 on 2 accessories to set records was still cheaper than Tom Brady's accessory that didn't just involve rappers. It's now helping keep people out of prison. Jay-Z, Meek Mill, they both started the Reform Alliance, an organization designed to change probation laws. Cuz Meek spent over a decade of his life in and out of prison for petty violations and wanted to stop others from going through the same struggles, he hosted a charity auction where all the money would go on to helping people by fighting to change probation laws and giving them resources to stay out of prison in the first place. This auction needed high-valued items that would raise lots of money, so Brady got involved with a jersey that he came out in for one of the most highly anticipated matchups of his career. At the time, Brady was sitting at 698 career passing touchdowns, just 2 short on making his record even more unbreakable. And after getting one step closer with his first touchdown of the night, the game went on to overtime, where Brady eventually threw a 50-yard touchdown to win the game, giving him 700 total touchdowns. Doing that made Brady the only player to accomplish it, so his jersey became historic. It was never washed, got sent to the Rappers auction, and here's where hundreds of celebrities showed up to bid on items, including Brady's game-worn jersey that eventually sold for $1.2 million. I'm happy with my signed LeBron jersey that cost me $1,000, but neither of those are expensive as other players' jerseys in this video. There's jerseys worth millions of dollars for all different reasons, and yet I'm giving you the intel for free, so don't do me bogus, man. Just click this so I can one day afford more jerseys of my own, you know? I'll see you there.